We approach healthcare from a holographic point of view, where not only do we use science and quantum physics in the formulations that we carry, but we also use conscious intention. We use a lot of emotional factors, and we use also the body's innate abilities and innate intelligence to heal itself. So using the four qualities of the physical nutrients, the emotional types of flavoring, the physical innate intelligence, which is the mental portion of the holographic way of life, and the spiritual consciousness, where we put intentions and high vibrational frequencies. We literally have a holographic view of how to approach the cells to actually regenerate and rejuvenate itself. Our health mainly has to do with not necessarily the nutrients that you have, but the conscious intentions and the vibrations that your cells ultimately get bathed around. So, the nutrients, the electrical environment that we have, the sound environment that we put ourselves in, and our thoughts ultimately come down to electrical signals that surround and bathe your cells. So I approach it from that standpoint, and not necessarily just from a nutritional standpoint. And what we did with the fellow Terry before is just to show what effects intentions and conscious vibrations have on the body's electrical energies and the quantum spin, the electron spin of energies. And when your body is in an environment where it's not really coherent with one cell to another cell, you ultimately get a mishmash of communication, so your body's more prone to disease than not disease. But when your cells are working in concert with each other, and we wanted to show that in a very graphic way, that when your cells are working in concert with each other, when they're in community with each other, they're able to heal and regenerate each other more fully. So the easiest way we did that is to electrically imprint information into water, a combination of water, essential oils, charged organic particles, and Lemurian crystal. And we imprint it with the vibration of healing and the vibration of peace and serenity. You actually get lighter. And the reason why you get lighter is because we're actually giving the body its real weight on the earth. We're heavier on the earth because when we feel heavy is because our cells aren't coherent with each other. So we physically feel heavy, and guess what? We are heavier. So when we spray these things and we nutrify our bodies in a way that your cells are kind of relaxed and they start coherent with each other, kind of like light, when light becomes coherent with each other, instead of just getting a diffuse ball of energy, which we call a light bulb, you get a laser beam, and the energy does not die off. All the energy and the light streams are just coherent with each other, and you get this effect where the light just goes shining forever and ever. Well, we have that same effect with our cells. There's no difference between the energy of a beam of light, a photon of light, and the energy in the atoms in our cells. And that's what we wanted to prove to people, that there is this phenomenon, concurrence of energies that you can get in a combination of nutrients, a combination of conscious intention, a combination of emotional vibration, and innate mental intelligence, where you put together the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual all together in a holographic piece, and you affect health. And what we're about to show you today is we're going to spray you, and we'll give you a liquid that has minimal amounts of nutrients, but what it has is conscious frequency and healing vibrations, and also imprinting of a vibration that will actually allow your cells to communicate each other in a phenomenon known as concurrence. And when cells are communicating concurrently with each other, they will literally make you lighter. Because as a light bulb shines out like this, when you make all light concurrent, it becomes a laser, and it goes, and it doesn't have any ending at all, right? It has no loss of energy. So in essence, our products do that with your cells. So we all have this hidden wholeness within us that we're throwing away because we're not utilizing the concurrence that our cells naturally have within us to heal, okay? So the way we're going to prove this is we're going to show you that if we can take the ability to, not yet, Okay, if we can have the ability to have your cells concurrently communicate to each other and have them in the same electromagnetic spin, we'll show that the effect of gravity on us is a lot less and we'll be able to levitate you. Okay, so the thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 4 people and we're going to put our fingers underneath your armpits and underneath your knees, and we're just going to try to lift you. And this is on a regular basis. Yeah.
How much you weigh?
Okay.
Which is quite a bit.
Okay, so on the count of 3, just try to lift them. 1, 2, 3, lift.
Okay, so we've got a sense of, you know, how much kind of like weight's there.
Okay.
So take a drink of water. We're just going to adequately hydrate you.
Drink all of that if you can, Terry.
No, to make sure he's hydrated so there's full communication between all the cells.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And then we're going to give you some of our crystal ormus. Okay, in a live blood cell analysis, this is going to show that your blood goes from, let's take his hat off. This is going to show you that your blood is going from a viewpoint where they're kind of coagulated. Can you spray it in his mouth a little bit? Okay, so these sprays are imprinted with emotional frequencies. This one has the frequency of peace and serenity, and it just calms your cells down. But it actually is making your cells concurrent with each other and allowing your cells to communicate each other in a much more freeing way. And we'll show that the effect of gravity is evident, and we'll be able to lift you right up. Okay, so we'll do it now, and we'll put 2 fingers here, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, lift.
Oh, wow.
So could you feel
Yes.
that you was lighter?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Very,
pretty amazing, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Right. So we've come out with the whole line of emotional flavors. It's like we've been able to imprint. You can imprint emotional frequencies right into water if you have the right ingredients. And we can imprint the frequencies of love. We can imprint the frequencies of gratitude and peace. All the frequencies on the love side of things. And we could also imprint the anti-frequencies of resentment, anti-anger, things like that.
Now, would you consider this to fall under the area of quantum physics then?
Absolutely. It's completely under the aegis of quantum physics.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much that impacted you from other people that we've done? It was probably about a 5. So we took a guy a couple of weeks ago. Who was
240
20 or 40 pounds.
240 pounds. He was 6'6", and we almost lifted him over his head.
It is amazing. I mean, it was really very, very unique. And what it did was it really, you could sense it as they were lifting you that you felt lighter. And it was quite amazing. There are a lot of things that are unexplainable, but they seem to be, you know, very, very effective. And so I just wondered, now how in the world is this going to make me lighter? And you know, you had a period of time where you felt like you were just tranquil, and then there was kind of an exhilaration as they lifted you, because it was kind of like, you know how when you push the elevator and you go up, it was kind of that kind of a feeling. And so it was really unique and different.
One good thing about music, when it hits ya, you feel no pain. Everybody put your ones up, come on, let me see them. One good thing about music, keep them on. One good thing about music, when it hits ya, you feel no pain. It's like a Nintendo. So hit me with music, Lord. Hit me with music, yeah. Hit me